はい、配信をご覧の皆さん、おはこんばんにちは。ここはシフォンです。ちょっとね、ファイナルファンタジー14の方の高難易度コンテンツがちょっと落ち着いたので、ちょっとね、こちらの企画というか、企画ですね。エースコンバット7をクリアして感情のまま、トップガンマーベリックを見に行こうっていう企画ですね。ちょっとね、トップガンマーベリック見に行ってみたいんですけど、そのまま見に行くよりかは、同じね、スカイアクションのゲームである、エースコンバット7をね、クリアしてから見に行ってみたいと思っております。それでね、このゲームね、ちょっとね、途中まで進めていたんですけど、ファイナルファンタジー14の方がですね、結構アップデートが間近に迫ってきて、一旦ね、置いちゃったので、ちょっとね、最初から進めてみたいなと思っております。ストーリーもね、飛ばさずもう一回見ていきたいので、それストーリーの方も順番に見ていこうと思います。あと、あんまりこのゲーム上手くないので、イージーモードでやっていきたいと思います。以前ノーマルもやったことあるんですけど、結構なね、難易度だったんで、ハードはね、さすがにちょっと難しいですね。なので、イージーの方でやっていきたいと思います。
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you?
ちょっと音低いか
It
な。
does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue.
もうちょっと音上げましょうか。ゲーム音が若干低いかな。
Pilots have been in my family for 4
こんなもんかな。
generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the ocean air defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls.
映画ですよね、ほとんど。
Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another year and a half after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osius fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have put in my best with this piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Yuzha as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was
ここまでじっくり見たことなかったんだけど、
Communications
どうなったんだろうね、あの子。
immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Yuzhan ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base.
大惨事だね。
A drill.
のっけから大惨事だったんだね、これ。まだね、F18 を手に入れてないんですよね。何でいこうかな。メインの機体はね、F2A だったんですよね。私の。最初は F2A でいこうかな。ダウンロード機体もあるんですけど、まあ日替わりでいこうかな、ここは。どうしようかな。これでいこうかな。
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got
そういえばね、トップガンマーベリックのスキンが実装されてるんですよね。今度なんかダウンロードしようかなと思ってたんで、やりたいなと思います。ちょっとね、ウォレットが足らないんで、また、ウォレットを買ってこようかな。
H2 clear for takeoff. Situation's tight. It's a hell of
うわ、空母が燃えてる。
Altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last
雲が邪魔だな。
Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco.
行きつい。
Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
雲が邪魔だな。
Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken. They're way overhead.
当たるかな。当たった。
Enemy support eliminated. This should make the job easier. Destroy the target. Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2.
F2 結構運動性能いいんですよね。最初に使える機体としては。
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet. Trigger, don't forget your special weapon. That's it. That's great. That's it.
お、外した。
Mage 2, target down.
よし。
Enemy bomber
次。
down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Whoa there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain
雲の下だね。
do not break off. Mage 1,
これ渡るかな。
doesn't do anything
当たっ
stupid. Wilco,
とりあえずやり過ごして、
maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6
ハイ G タ
guns
ーン。
Radio.
これで、
Target is down.
Attaboy, Trigger.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
とりあえず取り巻きから。
Missile away.
Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor's under heavy fire.
お、外した。
Bomber hit by a missile.
まずい。ハイ G ターン。え、耐えた。まずいまずいまずい。
Mage 2
次次。
confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Missile launched.
当たるかな。よいしょ。
Locked.
これが最後の一機かな。
You got this.
Missile. お、
Done.
お、正面向いてたか。やる。これで最後。オッケー。
Looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones? What's the deal with all the drones? Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
ちょっとアイコンが邪魔だね。寄せようか。
Sign is page 2. Verify and read back. Page 2.
なかなか久しぶりでもまあまあ操れるもんだね。
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
これで A なのか。なかなかにきついな。
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts
はい、ラッキーさんこんばんはです。いらっしゃいまし。今日はね、ちょっと趣向を変えて、エースコンバット7、これクリアして映画トップガンマーベリックを見に行こうじゃないかという企画でやっております。
The executive office of the Ocean Federation has declared a
今
national
ね
state of emergency.
ミッション1をクリアしたとこですね。久しぶりにやってるのでほぼほぼ初めてと変わらないくらいになってますね。
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Ocean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed.
はい、ラビーさんありがとうございます。
The Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Yuja was on the wrong side of the
物語もね、最初から見てるので、最初の頃飛ばしてたので、どんな物語だったんだろうと思って、あ、この子不時着したんだね、一応。
That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head to head, and the so-called righteous Oceans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oceans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought
向こうの国は結構用意周到で、こっちの国はなんかこう散漫だったんだね。
And not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
ミッション2進撃開始。
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat.
4は地上負担の支援か。はい、ラフィーさん、これはどんなゲームですか？これはエースコンバット7といって、自分が戦闘機のパイロットになって様々な任務をこなしていくゲームになっています。物語もちゃんとあってね、なかなか面白いですよ。で、戦闘機もね、いろいろあって、空対空を攻撃できるものから空対地の性能を持ったものまで様々ありますね。その中からね、まあ、私はこのね、自衛隊、日本のね、航空自衛隊が使ってる F2A という戦闘機をメインに使っています。なんかね、操りやすいんですよ、この機体の方が。逆にね。で、アメリカ空軍の機体も存在しますし、ロシア空軍の機体もね、存在するんですけど、主にね、航空自衛隊の戦闘機ばっかり使っちゃってたんで、機動性に優れた機体に耐性がついて、逆に安定性があって旋回しにくい機体があまり使えなくなっちゃったんですよね。とりあえず今日は F2A でいきたいと思います。F15J もこれも自衛隊のカスタムモデルの一つらしいんですけど、こちらよりもね、こっちの方が逆に私は使いやすいなって思って使ってるんですよね。ちょっとね、機体変えてみようか。いろんな機体使ってみようか。ちょっとね、後日ね、FA18 ホーネットの方もね、トップガンマーベリックで使われてる機体なんですけど、アメリカ空軍の、そちらの方もね、手に入れて、トップガンマーベリックのスキンでね、遊んでみたいと思っています。
HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be
ギリギ
close.
リいけるかな。
Yep. Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet. It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Page 2, missile away. Fox 3. Locked.
Target destroyed.
オッケー。
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
当たるかな。当たってない。
We can't wait any
当た
longer.
ってない。
We need interceptors now.
一旦
We're using the containers now.
宙返りしてブレーキしながら。尾根の向こう側にあるの当てにくいな、さすがに。
Page 2, APC destroyed. Target eliminated. Target destroyed. 3 to go.
よいしょ。
Engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
We'll go. Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via
当たるかなこれ。
It's reliable, so trust your radars.
あんまり高度下げすぎるとね、電線があるんで。どっかな。
Fox 2. 2 targets remaining.
おおお、危な。
Go online. Push the plant forward too fast. Base was spawned from Allied territory.
よいしょ。開示ターン。
Fox 3.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
よいしょ。
Enemy has entered clouds. In pursuit.
よいしょ。
Trigger, there's one more to go.
どっかにいるね。そっか。よいしょ。 よし。そのまま行っちゃってもいいんだけど、どうしようかな。ちょっと破壊しとこう。
Fox 2.
よしよし。お、撃ってきよる。
Fox 3.
All aircraft. Residential area is below you.
Missile did not connect.
お、逃げるな。
Page 2, bandit on your 6. Blades, you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus. The enemy has a lock on me. Fire anti-air gun, now!
対地目標をちょっと破壊しとこう。
I'm in his blind spot, he's mine.
そろそろターゲット破壊しとこうかな。
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
5 targets remaining.
お、
Fox 2.
なかなか逃げる。
Not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Trigger
4 targets remaining.
よいしょ。耐えた？
Targeting gun range. 3 targets remaining. Fox 2, Fox 2.
よいしょ。ちょっと一旦やり直して。無人機？
What happened? Status report. Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they've gotta be drones.
無人機？
Spotted, Cloud. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right?
やる。
HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs.
Fox 3.
Repeat,
Fox 3.
bandits are drones. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter.
よいしょ。
Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
You're almost out of special weaponry.
Golem 2, the enemy's reading you. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Missed. Lockdown bandit. I've maneuvered behind the enemy. Fox 2.
Page 2, locked.
やる。
It's like I'm riding a roller coaster up here.
Targeting range of guns.
無人機だから何でもありだなこれ。
Fox 2.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down
これは
Page 2's in the
There's a
clouds.
bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt. Don't try to read their movements.
1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
OK。
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
むちゃくちゃだな言ってることが。
Current target is on rails.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their
おや
radar.
このタイミングで
First
トロフィ
barrier
ー？
keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
これで A なのね。ちょっと辛いな。これで A なのか。両面作戦。
surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel 2 was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
敵戦闘機を撃墜せよ。戦闘機だけ？なんか買えないかな？F18 ホーネット高い。まだ10万クレジットぐらい足らない。ちょっとこれは後回しだな。今日はちょっと F2 で行こう。やっぱりなんか気に入った戦闘機の方がいいな。あ、こんなんあったんだ。給油機。なかなか合わせにくいな。このままでいいのかな？オッケー。
Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
F4E ファントムかな。
Page 1 to column 1. Thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit
とりあえず先生から先制していこう。
don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins. Feeling out. Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds. If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your
どこにい
fingers
る
should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn. They got me.
3 remaining. Fox 2. Fox 2.
どっから？後ろから？よし。おっとっとっと。
We need reinforcements now. Nice kill.
あと1機。
Remaining.
遠いな。
Locked.
当たるかなこの位置から。やっぱりね。
Looks like they weren't ready for a fight.
よいしょ。
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
いや味方いっぱいいるんだけど。これであなたたち一機も撃墜できていないの？
What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution. A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft stay alert.
よいしょ。うわ、めちゃくちゃいるな。
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
どっから？
Just
あの位置から撃ってくんの？
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are getting pissed off.
よいしょ。
These guys will go down easy.
いっぱい撃ってくるな。
all aircraft. No
まあいっぱいいるからいっぱい撃ってくるか。それは。
Destroy the arsenal bird.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Let's knock you sideways. The machine can be outsmarted.
よいしょ。
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
オッケー。味方もなかなか戦ってるね。
Verifying the situation.
Column 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
よいしょ。
Column 3, Column 2's hit! Status report. Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton
Sure.
3's lost.
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Starkeeper, I repeat, maintain air
いっぱい飛んでくるね。これやばいの？あ、これはやばいやつだ。
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately. Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back.
あ、ちょっと早かった。
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base
くそ。
and pull your head.
なんでもありだな、こいつら本当に。
copy that. Returning home.
ブレーキかけてもこっちがストールするよ。
Mage 2, locked.
Missed. That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing. Golem 4, Fox 2. That's it, Trigger. Their machines don't show any mercy.
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. Missile launched. Mage 2, UAV down.
Locked on bandit.
よいしょ。いっぱいいる。
Yowza.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
いっぱいいる。
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leaving Operation Airspace on Column 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One bandit. SU-30.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
He's fast. It's like he...
手前のやつを倒すか。
Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Root wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
どこで
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fort Gray's aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
Detonate. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
どこで行ってるんだろ
Missile away. Mage 2 splashed abandoned.
Golem and Mage Squadron, help us!
Get those UAVs off of France.
う。向こうかな。
Squadron handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2.
こっちか、
Pulling as
こっ
many
ちか
guys
な。
out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak get eaten.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Golem 2 lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got brony?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
なかなか手強いな、こいつら。
They're hot shots, then we just might make it out. So look back, just have faith. Golem and Mage, we owe you a debt, and we'll pay it.
All UAVs have been splashed.
どこでワイワイ言ってたんだろ
not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
なんかラジコンみたいだね、あれ。
Mage 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. Runway is
お、
clear.
ランディン
Mage 2,
グ。
you are cleared for landing. 3000 to runway. Mage 2, lower speed. Your approach looks good. Stay on course. To runway.
Flare.
You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Nicely done, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further
ただいまあったやつですね。
your next sortie.
ちょっとリプレイは飛ばしています。
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
お、S 出ましたね。この勲章ってどこで見れるんだろう。
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn.
ああ、両機を撃墜したの彼なんですね、多分。オレンジ、両翼にオレンジ。
Altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
ミッション4レスキュー。
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape.
ああ、捕まってないんだね、これ。
Radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
なるほど、ほとんどが空対空になるのね。F18 が手に入るまでこ これと F2 と交互に使っていこうかな。まだ手に入らないよね。多分。まだだね、やっぱり。
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
元大統領を救出せよ。
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy
ああ、これ
radar.
赤いのに入っちゃいけないやつですね。
Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Entering clouds. Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
うわ、これ風で流される。
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous.
風がすごい。
Good job, but stay focused.
これは風がすごい。ちょっと降りすぎた。すごい乱気流だ。で、この先どうすんの？
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut.
この先、おっとっとっとっとっと、危ない。この先を、左、右か右、左、左、右、右、右、右、
Making good progress, Trigger.
右、右。
Currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know you got a bunch of people pulling for you.
No Bravo, situation normal.
And I'm one of them. You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home.
これで、
Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built a space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his
おっとっ
success,
とっとっとっ
he
と、
remained a humble hero.
抜けた。
I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand.
防空も抜けた。たどり着いたよ。
Stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
本番？
Radio
Wow.
silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblet's landing zone. Page 2, target destroyed. Page 2, walking. Fox 2. Page 2, target down.
おー、痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。
Target destroyed.
マジ？バラバラ飛んできてるよ。
Half of the anti-air guns down.
危ない危ない危ない。 対空ミサイルが飛んでくる。
Cavalry's here. Golem Squadron. Trigger jump through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
Gargoyle Squadron, stay focused. You all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond.
たたたたたた。
All SAM sites down. There are still AA guns. Destroy them and secure the LZ. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air
おお、
before then.
飛んでくるね。たたたたたた。
Do we have a clear LZ?
Mission still in progress. Stand by. All anti-air guns destroyed. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are clear to land.
Roger. Rendezvous point in sight. We're almost there.
とりあえずこれ破壊すればいいの？
Sail into Pora Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Seeing them. Going up to meet up. 2 VIPs.
Rescue craft tagged on. Initiate.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Golem and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
一応航空機もいるね。
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
え、避けた？避けた？
Mage 2, missile launch. Watch out, enemy has a lock on.
This is Mage 1, I'm spiked.
Target was not struck.
おお。無人機だったのか。お。
Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
UAVs approaching the space elevator. Stop them.
Return fire! Sierra 2, hold position! We're cut off!
We'll pass after McDonald's before the enemy wears out.
Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back! Express identified! Behind the gantry crane!
これは
Mr. Harlan, stay right there!
狙われるな。
Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
オッケー。
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive? Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
乱気流がすごいな。
That was thermobaric!
内側からどんどん破壊していこうか
About
な。
half. Mop up the rest. UAVs moving away from the harbor toward the space elevator. Shoot them down.
Rocket!
Damn. UAV down.
いててててて。もらった。
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down. All to the soldier who had this radio. I will get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something
当
out.
たらんかな。
President, we're fighting against machines.
We found an Norwegian transport.
オッケー。
Its engines are on.
ナイス。
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Hurley.
It'll do. 3 remaining. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via
こっ
the
ちにまだあるね。
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can come up with?
Page 2 locked.
お、かわした。
Bandit is in my sights.
Page 2.
オッケー。
One remaining.
無人機がまだいるね。
UAVs flying toward the space elevator. Mage, Golem, get them.
オッケー。
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support.
南
5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
お
Fox 3.
Roger. Sending UAVs to the transport.
Trigger,
Orders are to fire warnings.
nice work. Keep it up.
Yes, sir. He's an old-timer. Has no clue how UAVs are used.
Got you now.
結構囲まれてるね
On your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fight. I'm spiked.
Understood. An Arsenal bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
Fox 2. Enemy UAV down. Great job, Trigger.
Cargo 1, where's the signal?
おやる
Cargo Squadron, stand by for my orders. Someone's on the lighthouse. I mean, the harbor. They won't be able to get home. That's just a little
オッケー
Where's the signal? Gargoyle, change radio frequency.
Move on here. We're about to leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed.
Mage 2.
Gargoyle, it's time.
3 minutes
Gargoyle
remaining.
Squadron, babble, babble, babble.
Lock and quiet. Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Babel, roger.
援軍かな
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUNDA coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
HQ, one hit was scored. The rest were intercepted by UAVs. The elevator's windbreak took a scratch. Nothing more.
なかなかに
Continue to maintain air superiority.
In gun range.
Mother Goose 1 hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about that. Just send help this way. I'm sorry.
よいしょ
Get Mr. Harley. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course. Fox 3. Mage 2, locked.
Golem 4, bandit on your ass.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady
お
altitude.
やる
Control. It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond. Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage
オッ
Squadron.
ケー
1 minute remaining. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat combat airspace.
OK。
Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane? The UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport. UAVs launching Arsenal Bird Liberty, headed toward the AO.
やる。かわされた。
Mage, destroy those UAVs and keep Mother Goose 1 safe. Mage 2, clear out the bogies near Mother Goose 1.
くそ。
Protect Mother Goose 1. Destroy those UAVs. We're out of time. All units aboard the operation.
マジ？
Skykeeper.
タイムオーバー？
Gargoyle did their job.
I figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
HQ, one hit was scored. The rest were intercepted by UAVs. The elevator's windbreak took a scratch. Nothing more.
Roger. Continue to maintain air superiority. Target lock. Firing. Mother Goose 1 hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
おお。
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. The cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about it. Just sit up this way. I'm sorry. Can Mr. Harley, please?
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course. Mother Goose 1
めちゃくちゃ多いよねこれ。
They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond.
円盤が飛んでるみたいだな。
Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
この速度で
Mr.
戦う
Harling,
の？
we're not giving up on you. UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal Bird Liberty, passing waypoint 2.
もう張り付かれてんの？
UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport. UAVs launching from Arsenal Bird Liberty, headed toward the AO.
あらららら。
Mage, destroy those UAVs and keep Mother Goose 1 safe. Mage 2, clear out the bogies near Mother Goose 1.
ええ。
Oh my god. Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
私ミサイル撃ってないよ。全部機銃で狙ったよ。
Stop speculating. Friendly fire. I saw it. Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchway. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal Bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand?
クリアなので、これでね。
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
はい。12時を回りましたので、今日の配信はここまでとさせていただきます。次回ね、物語の続きからやっていこうかなと思います。なんかね、嫌疑かけられちゃったんですよね、これ。どうなっちゃうのかな。ってことでね、次回この続きから、軍法会議にかけられた後のストーリーからやっていきたいと思います。それでは、皆さん、良い夢を。すいません。チャンネル登録、高評価、よろしければよろしくお願いいたします。はい、それでは皆さん、良い夢を。おやすみなさい。またねー。